Well, if you read my posts in the past, you might recall a post I talk about early, mid, and late fall. And I think we're pretty solidly in mid fall now. We're starting to get a little bit more energy in the atmosphere, a little bit more synoptic, layered clouds, different things like that. So I'll try to dig that up and put that out again this week. Other than that, it looks like we're going to be watching the tropics, some interesting trends, and maybe the East Coast and the Pacific Northwest. Let's get started in today's weather briefing. Okay, so any threats out there? Well, here's the threats assessment, and we're looking at the chances of some heavy rain along the East Coast. We're looking at some rain and snow in the Pacific Northwest, and we're looking at tropical storm, soon to be Hurricane Melissa. Now, temperature-wise, this was last week. Take a look at Texas temperature departures. That was anywhere from 6 to 10 degrees above normal. Everywhere else, a little bit above or a little bit below normal. Now, the hottest temperatures of the week only were in the 50s in the northern tier of the nation, but if you look at Texas, made it into the 90s. So a little bit of moisture is streaming into this area. It's streaming into an area of low pressure that I'll talk about in just a minute. That's giving our chance of rain. As far as rivers go, this is an area we're sort of looking at the possibility of some heavy rain, some stronger storms, and perhaps chances of some significant rises. But we definitely could use that because many rivers, the ones on the main stem Mississippi, for transporting fall harvest, are running very low, and we need additional rain. Now, I'm going to start to talk again from time to time about the North American weather regime, and that gives us a good big picture start of our weather. And we're in a Pacific trough. Here's our trough right here in the Pacific, and then we have a ridge that builds in Canada. And if we look at the jet stream pattern, it's clearly seen here. There's our trough and there's our ridge, but we have an area of low pressure that's sort of scooting along underneath that ridge, and that's our weather maker for the central and eastern U.S. this week. And then this upper low is our weather maker for the Pacific Northwest. So by the mid to latter part of the week, you can see that upper low here sort of falls apart, it diminishes a little bit, but this system here intensifies, and that's what's going to give us our unsettled weather on the East Coast. So as far as temperatures go, take a look here. You can see that cooler air associated with that upper low and some warmer air associated with that upper high pressure. So Melissa is going to be interesting today. Rapid intensification is expected, going from a tropical storm starting the day to perhaps a major hurricane by the end of the day. And the reason why is it's going over this pool of really warm water, record warm water for this time of year. And it's going to intensify, curve to the north, move across Jamaica, and then up across parts of Cuba, and then gradually weaken a bit, but still being a hurricane as it moves across the Bahamas later this week. Now, as far as rain goes, we still have a large part of the nation in drought. Many areas could use additional rain. This week, the areas we're watching are going to be the southeast, the northwest, and maybe the immediate east coast for some heavy rain. And for most of this area here, this would be a beneficial rain. Look how much the southeast is in drought, so this would be a beneficial rain. Now, when I say beneficial rain, we can still have some flooding issues, and there is a chance of flash flooding. But overall, from a water resource perspective, that could be beneficial. Another sign of mid-fall, look at the higher elevations of the Rockies and the Cascades. We're getting snow accumulation in those areas. Now let's look at week 2 here, and week 2 looks like some warmer conditions in the western U.S., some cooler conditions in the east. Other than the Pacific Northwest, which is in the wet season, and the Northeast, it looks like a really large area of dry weather in week 2. So that's your weekly weather briefing. have a great Halloween. That's this week, later this week. And I will be talking with you again next weekend. Take care.